Cavaliers and Blue Jackets.
Historic Boston, Mass. provides the backdrop as we get you set for Cavaliers basketball on FanDuel Sports Network. Tonight, the preseason continues as the Cavaliers battle the Celtics. Over the past few weeks, the Cavs front office and coaching staff have praised this group of players for their work ethic and commitment over the summer months. Led by Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter, and Jared Allen, the early returns have been overwhelmingly promising. While the usual starters will not play tonight, the Cavaliers to a man are hungry as the start of the regular season quickly approaches. 2 more tune-ups before the curtain rises on what shapes up to be another wildly entertaining year. We expect to see the youngsters get plenty of minutes, including this man, Tyrese Proctor. The Cavs' first selection in the most recent draft has looked right at home in his first 2 appearances in wine and gold as he gets set for his first NBA game in the Garden. Hi everyone, John Michael joined by living legend Austin Carr. So great to see you, my friend.
Always a pleasure to be with you, partner.
AC, it's our first chance to catch up. 2 preseason games are in the books. Your first impressions so far?
Well, I really like where the first unit is. I mean, they seem to be ready to go and ready to take the next step. But the Cavaliers have a lot of depth, and they've been known for that over the seasons. So what I'd like to see is them take another step forward to become a little bit more dependable so they can be dynamic. When they are going 10 deep, this team is awful hard to beat.
And tonight is all about that depth, and a player who really has a golden opportunity to step up is Jalen Tyson. He's back, he's stronger, and he's ready for year number 2.
Well, he's worked on his strength and his skills during the offseason, and he seems to be ready. He's going to need that strength because they're going to ask him to play a lot of defensive positions, and that's going to take strength to do that on a consistent basis. Skill-wise, he's going to have to play not only the perimeter game, but he's going to have to play inside. He's got to be making shots if he's going to play off of Donovan at the beginning.
Jalen got his first taste of the NBA circuit as a rookie last season. He had a number of positive showings, including a 31-point performance in the regular season finale. His goal this season is to crack Kenny Atkinson's rotation as a regular, and just before training camp, Jalen discussed his mindset heading into the season.
You know, last year I got to learn a lot from obviously the sideline. I didn't get to play as much, but this year the opportunities that's going to present itself is big, and that's what I've been praying for. That's been what I've been waiting for, and my goal is just to impact this team and help this team win, and I feel like I'm prepared to do that.
Coming up, it will be a different-looking team in Boston this year, and when we come back, we'll take a closer look at the Celtic club. But for now, we invite you to sit back, crack open your favorite beverage, and settle on in. Cavs and Celtics, straight ahead. Inside TD Garden with one of our favorite Celtics analysts and NBA radio hosts. It is Brian Scalabrine. Scal, always good to see you, my friend.
You know what? It's amazing we're playing the Cavs. Not amazing that they didn't bring any players.
A little bit different look for the Cavaliers here tonight. Take on a Celtics team. A little bit different for the Celtics this season as well. No Jason Tatum, but certainly no shortage of talent on the Celtic roster.
Tons of wings and guards like Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, Anthony Simon. We're going to be loaded, and even our young guys that played well, we'll be loaded at the wings. Like, the big question mark for our Celtics is the big man position. Like, Cornette was really good. Al Horford was amazing. They're losing those guys. Kristaps Porzingis, when he plays, was amazing for us, but those guys are not going to be a part of it. So it's going to be a focus on the guards. It seems like they're playing super fast, trying to get out and run, trying to pick up full, the point of attack defense is picking guys up, 85, 90 feet.
Jaylen Brown going to be a centerpiece, of course, and a centerpiece for the Cavaliers has been Evan Mobley. Just seems to get better and better every season. I know you're a big fan.
So I'm a massive fan of Evan Mobley, right? So we'll go to this point where I think he's the most talented power forward in the NBA. But there comes a time where, and we looked this up with Giannis. Giannis made a 4-point per game improvement from between 4 and 5. Then 6 and year 6 and 7, back-to-back MVPs, right? I think Evan Mobley trends like that. Evan Mobley has the Defensive Player of the Year. He's one of the best defensive players in the entire league, and we get that. But is there going to become a time that I don't know the answer to this, right? Like, I've been fortunate to cover Jason Tatum, a shy guy that kind of grew into his role as a top 5 player, right? But I've also played with crazy people like Kevin Garnett, which you absolutely motivate every single person on the floor. You have to run through a wall for the guy, right? And I just don't know what Evan Mobley is going to become. Do I want my power forwards like the Kevin Garnetts out there? But listen, Tim Duncan's pretty freaking good, and he didn't say a lot, right? So there are different ways to skin a cat here, right? But for me, I don't know if there is a more talented player in the league than Evan Mobley. But my question to him and to all you Cavs fans is, when is Evan Mobley going to believe that he's one of the best power forwards in the league?
Hey, Scal, always fun. Thanks for catching up. We have starting lineups. We have tip-off. It's all straight ahead from here in Boston.
Previous teams I've been, or a developing team, you're more kind of probably big picture-ish, because you're just trying to get them to compete at a high level, play together. We kind of have those basics now. Now we're really going to have to focus on more detail and us as coaches holding them more accountable for slippage, and also celebrating when they're doing it right.
Kenny Atkinson heading into this season in his preseason game number 3. The teams are set to take the floor. Cavs in Boston to take on the Celtics here tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. The Cavaliers this evening will rest a handful of their regulars. So it's youngsters Craig Porter, Tyrese Proctor, and Jalen Tyson, with the veterans Dean Wade and Larry Nance Jr. As for Joe Mazzulla's Celtics, this is a variation that they may start on opening night. Jaylen Brown is now the centerpiece. Jason Tatum, of course, was injured in the playoffs a season ago, tore an Achilles. If he returns this season, it will be late. So some new challenges for the Celtics. There's a look at Kenny Atkinson. The preseason slate concludes for Kenny and the Cavs Tuesday at home as the Cavs take on the Pistons. You can get your tickets at Cavs.com. As for 37-year-old Joe Mazzulla, he enters his 4th season as the head coach of the Celtics. After the injury to Jason Tatum, really the Celtics didn't have much of a choice. They had to make some moves. They had to get rid of some salaries, so some veterans are gone. Joe Mazzulla is without a handful of weapons that he was able to utilize just a season ago. So a different challenge for Joe and the Celtics moving into this season.
You're right. He's going to have to change the offensive scheme. Porzingis was a big part of that thing that they had going on, because he forced you to take the big man out of the middle and guard him because he could make that shot. So it's a totally different scheme that they have to set up now and run now.
There's a look at Tyrese Proctor. The Cavaliers selected Proctor 49th in the most recent draft after 3 seasons at Duke. Boy, it is a lively atmosphere here tonight inside TD Garden as the tip is won by the Celtics, and we are underway. John Michael and Austin Carr, Peyton Pritchard, the reigning 6th man of the year, opens the scoring.
And then those are the areas that you're going to have to really focus on. They pass the ball well, but they want those 3-point shots.
The Celtics shot an overwhelming amount of threes just a season ago. We'll talk more about that as this game unfolds, as Proctor is picked up full court by the veteran Jaylen Brown. Certainly Brown's team now with Tatum out of the lineup as Nance finds Porter inside. Out it goes to Tyson for 3. That rattles out. Dean Wade had it for a moment. It's poked out of bounds by the Celtics' Hauser.
And the rebounding is going to be huge. You have to make sure that you secure the ball. You cannot get caught up in, because you don't have your regular horses in there. You got to rebound individually.
Proctor with a floater. It's grabbed by White. White has done a little bit of everything since being acquired by the Celtics a couple of seasons ago. He got tangled up there, lost the basketball, as out galloped Craig Porter. Up ahead to Proctor. Proctor stops, finds a trailer in Wade. Rebounded for a moment by Tyson, out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Cavs, as credit Tyson for hitting the offensive glass.
Yeah, staying active. You got to stay active against this team. Again, they are a little different now because everybody on their team stays in play, so you have to play with them.
Wade already in his 7th season, believe it or not, with the Cavaliers. As here's Tyson. Tyson down the alley off to Proctor. Proctor knocks it down.
He's had a great preseason. I think the young man is starting to feel himself involved in the team.
His comfort level has really been off the charts, not just in camp, but when he hit the floor in those 2 games against Boston, as White pulls up, nesses into a mid-range jumper and gives the Celtics a 5-3 lead.
Well, you know, when you have the skills he has, all you have to do is get comfortable feeling with what you're doing, and you will fit in.
Proctor relays to Nance. Great to see Junior back in wine and gold as Porter shakes on Pritchard. Got a half step, goes to the left hand. Nance pries it off the glass, finds Wade. Wade with a good pump fake. He got fouled. He got 2 of the Celtics in the air. It was Hauser and Chris Boucher.
Attacking the rim is what you have to do all the time, regardless of who's in there. Good pass to the outside. Nice knocking the jumper down by Proctor. Then attack the hoop, give it to the open man, knock it down.
Proctor said one of the first players to call him was Donovan Mitchell, and that certainly resonated right after he was drafted. Proctor, step back, in and out, rebounded by White, who soars in. White will take it himself. He averaged a career-high 16 points a game a season ago. He throws it away there as Nance with the steal. Here's Porter. Porter off the Wade. Wade squares. Wade fires. Big side rebounds tipped by Porter, but eventually squeezed by the Celtics. Hauser. White. Pritchard. Works on Tyson. He gets 2 feet in the paint.
Yeah, Pritchard is going to be dependent on quite a bit for this team this year. With the people that they've lost off the roster, they're going to need Pritchard's offense.
Porter relays to Nance. Picked up by Hauser. Steps back, thought about a 3. Wade comes and gets it. The shot clock shows 8. Porter puts it on the floor. He got doubled. Pritchard knocked it away. Pritchard goes all the way, and he floats it in. And Kenny Atkinson wants a timeout, less than 3 minutes in.
Yeah, Cavaliers, a little bit problem on the defensive end a little bit, turning the ball over. And gets a chance to relax a little bit and get back in the game.
Tonight, he's back for his 2nd time around with the Cavs. Spent 3.5 seasons with this organization between 2018 and 2021. He was a Hawk a season ago, signed as a free agent over the summer. You know, it's interesting, AC, to hear him say, Larry said he would have signed up to play for this team regardless of where it's located. He said the fact that it's home in Cleveland made it a slam dunk for the springing dance, but he said he likes the roster and the makeup of this team so much, he would have joined this team anywhere.
Yeah, you know, as a player, you have a feeling for teams that have good foundations and good base, and he also knows too that the Cavs are on the rise, and that's just something that all players want to play for. It's a team that's headed to the top.
Kenny Atkinson said he was shocked that Junior was even available as Proctor to the basket. That doesn't go. It's rebounded by the longtime Raptor Chris Boucher, and he'll find Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard relays to Brown. Brown's beat up by Proctor. Tries to free himself. He'll find Boucher. Boucher knuckles up a 3 that's no good, and it's rebounded by the Cavaliers' Craig Porter.
Yeah, good to see Proctor stand up to Brown. Brown tried to force him. He wouldn't go for it.
Nance for 3. White rebounds. Kenny said that Nance adds that veteran presence and high character with what Kenny termed corporate knowledge of this organization. Tyson made a really nice play there to box out Chris Boucher and grab that rebound.
Well, he has a lot of energy, and he's a lot stronger now, so he has that feeling of wanting to control things when he gets inside.
Porter crossed over Pritchard. He couldn't find the range. Nance tracks down the offensive rebound. No looks a pass to Wade. Wade puts it on the floor, gets to the foul line. Dumps it off to Porter. Porter attacks. The loose ball's knocked out of bounds. Last off the Cavaliers. Tonight's officials are Jenna Schroeder, Gina Catanzariti, and our crew chief is John Goebel.
Trying to get inside. Nice little up fake. Gets inside. No call. Got to play on.
A couple of one-time Timberwolves have checked in for the Celtics, Josh Minot and Luka Garza. This is a great opportunity, really, for all of the Celtics big men. The Celtics lost their top 3 big men from a season ago, starting with Kristaps Porzingis as Nance knocked that ball out of bounds.
Well, put it this way, for a big man, this is the team you want to go to, because there's opportunity definitely here for you with the Celtics.
Al Horford went to the Warriors. Luke Cornett, who really carved out a nice role here with the Celtics. He got himself some bucks, headed down to San Antonio.
I would say so.
Brown fades away. Circles out. Wade got popped and fouled by Garza. So after Jason Tatum's Achilles tear in last season's playoffs, which as we mentioned will likely cost him most if not all of this season, and Boston staring that repeater tax in the face, AC, if they didn't cut payroll, there wasn't a lot of question what Joe Mazzulla's team had to do. It began in July with the trade of 35-year-old Drew Holiday to Portland. They then sent Porzingis and his healthy contract to Atlanta. Azir's Porter, mentioned Horford and Cornette now are gone as Proctor on the bounce. Works on White, who's a plus defender. Proctor works himself inside, bounces off the Nance late in the shot clock. That's knocked out of bounds. The good news is that it's Cavalier basketball. The bad news is that only 0.6 of a second remained on the shot clock.
Yeah, that was a good possession there, but they couldn't quite get the ball to the right guy at the right time. Good defense there by White.
So putting a bow on this new Celtic team, the Celtics go back to work this season without their leading scorer, their starting point guard from last season, and their top 3 big men, as it's a shot clock violation against the Cavs. But that said, as we talked with Brian Scalabrine about in the open, the cupboard is far from bare here in Boston. Don't underestimate the Celtic team this season.
Well, you know, they have on the Celtic green, so you know they're going to come ready to play. Even if they might not have the same amount of talent, they have the mindset, and that's what you have to deal with this team.
Anthony Simons, former Blazer who was acquired in that Drew Holiday deal, has entered. Garza underneath, bottled up by Tyson. Garza gets it back, twists and scores, and gives the Celtics an 11-3 lead.
Cavs have to get a good shot now. I mean, they're getting to the point now where they're getting a little bit out of it, so they have to kind of slow it down, get a good shot. Let's get back on target here.
Wade off the Porter feed, gets his own rebound. We approach the midway point of the first quarter. Wade picked up by Garza, looks to Burrow baseline, couldn't get there. Works himself to the paint, back to Proctor, and Proctor shuffled his feet. Big man Xavier Tillman gets set to check in for the Celtics. Naquan Tomlin will do the same for the Cavs as Kenny paces the sideline.
Yeah, they just have to get themselves back into sync here. Right now, they're kind of going in a lot of different directions here. Got to slow them down. The point, especially Porter Jr., kind of slow them down, get them going in and run some plays that you know they can execute.
The Cavs have struggled from the field early. Kenny said he was looking for compete level out of this team. That was priority number 1 coming into this ball game as Tyson picks up Brown. Too much contact, and Jalen Tyson gets whistled for the foul.
But as a younger player, you learn certain players you cannot be too physical with because they just won't let you do it. And Brown is one of those guys. So you have to kind of play physical, but you know, you can't get too overly aggressive.
Brown, a 4-time All-Star, also named Finals MVP a couple of seasons ago as Pritchard with a 15-footer from the elbow gives the Celtics a 10-point lead.
Yeah, he may not be tall, young man, but he knows how to use his body to get those shots off.
Balanced, isn't he, AC?
Yes, he is.
Naquan Tomlin come out of the corner, runs into Brown, finds a slicing Tyson who puts it up and in. Tyson gets fouled, and Jalen Tyson has a chance for the 3-point play.
And this is something that this team has really become very good at over the last 2 or 3 seasons, is being able to cut from the weak side and get an opportunity inside like that. That is something that they are very good at.
Tyson, we're told, had a huge off-season, terrific attention to detail, tip-top conditioning. He misses the free throw. He recognizes the opportunity he has, particularly with the early injuries to Darius Garland and Max Strus.
Oh, and believe me, for a young player, it should be heaven for him. I mean, to have an opportunity to show what he can do and get himself into the rotation, you can't ask for a better thing.
That Simons pass was wide of Minot, and out of bounds it goes. Porter, Tyson, Wade, Vance on the floor. Cavaliers along with Naquan Tomlin. Ayers Jr. picked up by Tillman off to Wade. Wade for 3. Cavaliers have not found the range here early, just 1 of 10 from 3-point territory. Minot off to Tillman, that was read by Nance. Nance with the steal. Larry to the basket, through some contact, and Vance He'll have to earn it from the line.
Playing a little defense to make it work. Sometimes you have to just get down and dirty and make it happen. Nance doing a good job here playing the passing lane, gets the steal, goes down. Now he's going to bait him in this one. He's going to hold it. He knows he didn't even try to shoot the ball. He was just waiting for the guy to swipe at it. Goes to the line. He gets 2 shots.
That is a snapshot of what Larry Nance Jr. brings to a team on the defensive end.
Oh, yeah,
certainly
solid.
an opportunistic sort is Nance.
I love the way he plays the game.
Larry cans his first free throw. Kenny's advice to Larry was don't change. Just be yourself, shoot the ball. Larry said he came in, you know, he didn't want to act like the grizzled vet and tell the younger players how to get it done. He said, rather, these guys have done more winning than I have recently.
Yeah.
So in a way, Larry said, I'm looking to get in line with them too.
I understand that too, because that's how you are coming to a team that has been successful like the Cavs. You don't want to put yourself in that position. So Larry's kind of easing his way into it.
Brown works on Wade, runs into traffic, and a foul's called. Proctor is the guilty party. Kenny's not thrilled about that whistle.
Well, I mean, they were directly lined up with us, and I couldn't see it. I mean, she couldn't see it because she was in the same position, but she called the foul anyway.
The Cavs are over the limit, so Brown heads to the line. The Cavaliers take on the Bucks for the home opener presented by Rocket. Join us downtown on Sunday, October 26th. Game time at 6 o'clock in Cleveland. All fans will get a home opener t-shirt presented by Cleveland Clinic and a rally towel presented by Rocket. Secure your tickets right now at Cavs.com/tickets. Rocket Arena will be hopping.
Yes, it will.
What a home court advantage that has been
boy.
over the last number of seasons. You know, we talked about it. Thomas Bryant came in here, and one of the first things is Pritchard fires a three, and he cans it. Thomas said playing in here, or playing in Rocket Arena, as an opponent is an experience that he had never been through before.
Right.
He was raving about Cavs fans as Wade inside. He took some contact and got fouled. We didn't even ask Thomas about that. He just came out and said, man, playing in that arena is hard as an opponent.
Yes, and that's the advantage that the Cavaliers have, and they use it to their advantage, I think, because especially to me, well, I said I would like to see the second unit become more dynamic because that makes them a dynamic team. And when you can continue with the pressure that you start out with, when you bring in guys off the bench and you keep it going, that gives you a huge advantage on a nightly basis.
Speaking of Thomas Bryant, he checks in. There's Luke Travers. Wholesale changes here for the Cavs. Everybody out except the man at the line in Wade. He'll be replaced by Tristan Enaruna at the next dead ball. So Tomlin, Proctor, Wade, Bryant, and Travers take the floor. Under 5 to go here in the opening quarter. You joined us late. A handful of the Cavalier regulars are resting tonight. One more preseason game to go as Brown got stripped. It was Proctor who got his hand in there. Then Proctor leaks out and finishes.
Good defense makes it all look good. That time, good solid defense by Proctor on the perimeter. Got him an easy layup at the other end.
Again, the comfort level to me, AC, is the first thing that stands out when you watch Tyrese Proctor for any length of time.
Very confident in what he can do and as a player.
Anthony Simons, he can do that.
Yes, he can. He can light you up if you're not on him.
This is considered to be a good fit. The Celtics love the three ball. Simons has never been bashful from long range throughout his career, as Proctor can't answer there. That ball is tipped out of bounds. Cavs ball. Here's that steal by Proctor.
Yeah, helping out your teammate there that time. Got his hand on the ball, rewarded with the easy layup at the other end.
We maybe shouldn't be surprised. I mean, that the lights aren't too bright. This man has played under some pressure for the last 3 seasons on some quality Blue Devil clubs.
Oh, yeah, by the time they get to this level, they've already been, you know, from this 8th grade on, they've already played under the bright lights. They know what it's like to play at this level, and it doesn't bother them as they continue on with their career.
We have a summit meeting among the officials as they sort it out. It will be Celtics basketball. Baylor Shireman has checked in. All 5 starters on Proctor's Blue Devil team from last season got drafted.
Yes,
all 5 in the NBA. Here is Shireman. He'll find White. White down the lane, dumps into the corner. Minot for three. Tomlin got out there with the contest. Minot, however, knocks it down. And Aruna has replaced Dean Wade. Rookie out of Cleveland State. The Aussie Travers spins to the basket and lays it in.
Nice angle to the hoop that time, able to use his left hand for the easy layup.
Travers played 21 games for the Cavs a season ago, 21 with the charge of the NBA G League. Hauser squares up.
You can't leave Hauser alone because he will light this place up.
Last season, the Celtics set an NBA record for three-point shots taken with nearly 4,000 in a single season.
They kind of made a mockery of the three-point shot to be.
Listen to this. An incredible 54% of their shots last season were from three. 54%.
That's unbelievable.
Bryant chases that ball out of bounds. It belongs to Boston.
Well, one thing for sure, when they were hot, there's nothing you could do with them shooting that many.
Certainly is a do-or-die strategy, and the Celtics have lived that way for the last few years. Timeout in Boston.
I've known Larry throughout my rookie year in LA throughout the times, and then I've known Donovan since high school. So it's kind of cool. Plus knowing Lonzo from rookie year and everything. Darius Garland throughout competition throughout the years. And it's just funny how everything pulls into play. And me and Jared, we have known Jared Allen throughout mutual competition, just playing against each other throughout the years. So same with Evan Mobley. Matt Struz, the same thing. So it's like it's funny to actually be on the same team as these guys now.
So some familiar faces in that Cavalier locker room for newcomer Thomas Bryant.
And that's the kind of synergy you like as a player. I mean, you feel comfortable with guys that you've played against or played with.
He said it meant a lot how he was treated by the Cavs front office during their free agency process, as we have a double dribble forced by the Cavaliers. Said it really resonated. He was welcomed to Cleveland, as Thomas described it, with open arms, and it was a big reason why he decided to sign some of the new faces on the roster. Lonzo Ball picked up in the trade with Chicago. The Cavs drafted Tyrese Proctor. Nance and Bryant both free agency signees, as Shireman has that ball go off his hand. I thought it hit Shireman last. Apparently it hit the Cavaliers' Tomlin. So it's Celtics basketball, 2 to go in the first quarter.
Everybody likes to be treated as if they wanted and needed, regardless of the situation. And I think that really makes, sometimes people forget that they're professional athletes, but they are people.
You know, it's interesting, too. I mean, there's no secret the Cavs were in the market for backup big men. Boy, you get Nance, you get Bryant. I mean, 2 regulars over the last handful of seasons. Aruna down the lane. He took a bump from Shireman. So Tristan and Aruna will shoot a couple of free throws.
Nice cut off the ball, something that, again, he's a new Cav, but he already has learned that the cut off the ball is so important.
Tristan spent last season in the NBA G League with the Maine Celtics. He actually put 26 on the charge back in March of last season. Played 5 collegiate years. His final 2 in Cleveland at Cleveland State between 22 and 24. Began his collegiate career at Kansas for a couple of years and then one at Iowa State. So certainly good to have Tristan in the fold. After the Aruna free throws, the Celtic lead is 28-13. Invitees have been strong over the last week and a half. Down in Sarasota at training camp at IMG Academy and at practice at Cleveland Clinic Courts.
Well,
they've been a nice addition.
Yes, well, the atmosphere that Kenny creates is one of competition and one of that you feel like you have an opportunity. I mean, some teams you go to, you just know you just have no chance to break into the rotation, and it has a tendency to kind of get you to back off a little bit. But, you know, Kenny creates an atmosphere where you can feel like you can have an opportunity.
Derek White is on the line. He's been a huge glue guy since being acquired in February of 22 from the Spurs. Cementing this Celtics perimeter defense. Boy, when he was paired out there with Drew Holiday, they were menaces out around the perimeter on the defensive end.
You're right.
Proctor, badgered by Simons, picked up by Hauser. Spins one off to Enaruna. Enaruna to the top of the key, finds Proctor. Proctor got White on a flyby. Tomlin grabs the offensive rebound. Naquan puts it up. That's blocked by Garza. And out of bounds it goes.
Cavs are hustling after that ball quite a bit now. Second and third chances. They got to start knocking put some of those back in the basket.
Why is that block by Garza notable? He said he's put a ton of work in over the summer on the defensive end. That's been the knock on him throughout his career. In 4 seasons, AC, he's 6'10". He's blocked only 12 shots as Enaruna gets loose.
I'll tell you the reason.
Please do.
He can't jump too high. So, I mean, a lot of it has to be timing. As simple as that.
It had it knocked away. Hauser gets there, and he hits the 3 after Hauser made the steal. Here's Enaruna. It's over the timeline. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Proctor watched by Simons. Here's Travers. Travers got White in the air. He gets picked up by a reaching Shireman. Travers down the lane, blocked by White. Out comes Simons. Enaruna got there and made the block.
Get that weak stuff out of here.
Tomlin with his head out. Enaruna measures that shot.
He sure did.
There's a 3-second difference between a shot clock and game clock. Resting a handful of their regulars here tonight, getting a good long look. Some of these youngsters like Tristan Enaruna, who gets to the paint, draws a foul, puts it up and in, and has a chance for the 3-point play.
Nice strong move inside. Did a good job of staying strong, because when he showed the ball, the defender reached for it, got his arm, but he was still strong enough to get it up there, and opportunity for a 3-point play.
Took it right as Baylor Shireman, who played 31 games last season as a rookie. Four ticks to go here in this first quarter. There's a good look at Big Tristan. Hails from the Netherlands. It was Enaruna. So good first quarter. One of those Cavalier camp invitees. There's been a big boost on that practice floor as Pritchard grabs the loose ball. Waning seconds, he gets it off in time. The first quarter is over.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Cavaliers, the one problem they had, just putting the ball in the basket. If they can do a better job in the second quarter, change the whole complexion of the game.
The young Cavaliers getting some extended run. Will continue as we head to the second quarter. Here in preseason game 3, you're giving a number of their regulars the night off. They played the first 2 games, did the regulars both against Chicago, and one man who certainly stood out was DeAndre Hunter. We have heard what a terrific summer DeAndre had coming into camp, and boy, it has spilled right over into the exhibition season.
Well, to me, he has made that starting unit dynamic now, and then you could see it in the preseason games that they played in. That starting unit is ready to roll, and they're ready to attack people. And by putting him in there really gives them a lot of advantages, and I am anxious to see how it goes.
Remember when Hunter joined this team in February, the Cavs were in the middle of that extended winning streak. Human nature is you don't want to rock the boat. The Cavs were saying, be yourself, DeAndre. We need you to be the player you've been over the last couple of years. And, man, as he looked comfortable during the preseason in Camp Atkinson so far this year.
Well, that to me is the key to the whole mixture of things, is how the Cavs, they want you to be who you are. And they give you the freedom to be who you are. So you're not holding back. You're out there giving it 110%, and that is so important.
Meanwhile, here's Bryant with a 3. Travers had the offensive rebound for a moment. I mean, Donovan Mitchell has looked locked in. Evan Mobley looks even stronger a season after being named second-team All-NBA. Donovan, of course, was named to the All-NBA first team a season ago. Jared Allen's been doing his thing. A lot of positive signs in Cavalier camp so far this season.
Again, the starting unit is ready to rumble. They are ready to go, and it is just a pleasure watching them play.
Naquan Tomlin pockets a corner 3. Opening minute, second quarter. Cavaliers have Proctor, Tomlin, Bryant, Travers, and Aruna on the floor. Here's Chris Boucher. Gives to Simons. Out here with White, Julio Gonzalez, Elias Queta, as Simons nails a three. He got fouled by Travers, and the longtime Blazer has a chance for the 4-point play.
A little touch foul, but at the same time, it all counts. Because this young man can flat out shoot the basketball, and that little step back move, you got to be careful. If you step forward, you got to be very careful how you step forward.
We remarked in the first quarter, Simon seems to be a natural fit considering Joe Mazzulla's penchant for shooting threes. Simon's a career 38% shooter from long range. He regularly ranks among the league's most prolific long-range threats. So on paper, this could be a really nice match for the Celtic team. Now, the Celtics have challenged Simons on the defensive end. That's clearly important if you're going to crack Joe Mazzulla's rotation and be a regular, and if he's going to trust this guy in big moments.
Right. Well, again, he will give them what they want on the offensive end of the floor, and then that is something that they care about quite a bit. Ooh, good move.
Tyrese Proctor gets on the board once again. Celtics 37, Cavaliers 22. Here's Boucher. Proctor's right out on him. Boucher wanted to take that three, and Aruna read it. Poked that ball out of bounds.
He did a good job of taking away shooting space. I mean, as soon as he raised up to shoot the ball, he slid in underneath him, and he had nowhere to go with the shot.
White to trigger. Queta provides a screen, frees up Simons. And Simons was acquired in that Drew Holiday deal in July. White bobbles. And Aruna's right there. White tried to draw a foul. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Queta. Queta's another player looking for more minutes this season, but he has that knocked away. And Proctor's pass eventually finds Tomlin. Naquan puts it on the floor. Around the horn it goes. Three on the way by Aruna's no good. Can he get his own rebound? He knocks it back to Proctor. Proctor's three is off the mark and grabbed by Boucher.
Second and third effort, they're getting good looks.
White curls and slows and steps back and fires a three. Travers now. Luke's numbers were terrific. It was on the floor in the NBA G League. That pass intended for Aruna is broken up. Hugo Gonzalez gets loose underneath. Gonzalez gets on the board. He was selected 28th overall in the most recent draft out of Spain, as we have a foul called.
One thing the Cavs continue to do, and that's get the ball down the floor quickly by the pass as opposed to the dribble. So important. Up over the top here. A little bit late getting back.
A 19-year-old out of Spain spells his first name H-U-G-O as in Hugo, but it's pronounced Hugo. Picked late in the first round, played professionally in Real Madrid in his home country. The Celtics' most recent draft class does have a distinctive international flair. At 46, they select UK native Amari Williams out of Kentucky as Bryant nails a three. And then at 57, the Celtics got Ukrainian Max Shulga out of VCU. We've seen Gonzalez. We may see Williams and Shulga before the night comes to an end. The Cavaliers force another turnover. They were really good in that department through the first two games against the Bulls. Proctor off to Travers. He keeps that ball high, fires the three, is rebounded by Queta. Now White. White got a half step on Killian Hayes, who's just checked in, reverses and gets fouled. Thomas Bryant picks up the personal.
Yeah, they like to get you movement up and down the floor where they can get you in these situations one-on-one and beat you from the wing. They love to attack you from the wings.
We were talking a little bit about Donovan Mitchell and how he's had a terrific camp. The Celtics certainly are happy that he did not make this trip.
Right.
In the 4 games against the Celtics last season, Mitchell went for 35, 35, 31, and 41 as the Cavs split the season series with these Celtics.
Well, they have, again, their focus is on the offensive end of the floor. They don't have a strong feeling for the defensive end, and Donovan knows that, and he takes advantage of it.
Donovan has saved some of the best basketball of his career for this Celtic team. He averages the second most all-time against this franchise. Number 1 was Michael Jordan. Number 2, Donovan. 3, 4, 5, Luka, Kareem, Wilt. Donovan's number 2 on that list. Bryant again displays some range. Thomas Bryant for 3.
The big fella can shoot it from that position.
White poked at by Proctor, eventually frees himself. Deals off the Minot for a rhythm 3 that's no good. Keita's inside. Neemias Keita, who has the distinction of being the first player out of Portugal to appear in an NBA game. Killian Hayes, the Frenchman, that goes through the hands of Travers and out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Cavs. There's big Neemias. Had a nice Eurobasket tournament over the summer with his native Portugal. An active player is Keita. Last season played a career-high 60 games with this Celtics team. Certainly in the running, not only for a starting spot, but certainly for a rotational spot for Joe Mazzulla. We talked about earlier, the Celtics lost their top 3 big men from a season ago. Kristaps Porzingis was traded. Al Horford's gone. Luke Cornett is gone as well.
And I think that's going to be a problem for them, because they're going to have to trust these younger guys to fulfill some of those duties, and that's going to be tough on a nightly basis.
Keita with the dunk, 7'4" wingspan. As Neemias, Nance lines up a 3. Keita with that long wingspan. Grabs another rebound, and he'll find Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard lobs inside, finds Brown down there. Brown watched by Hayes, nearly lost it. Loose ball. Nance hits the hardwood and comes up with it. Jalen Tyson off to Proctor. Proctor knifes inside, trying to get it back to Tyson, but it was broken up by Jaylen Brown. Brown now in his 10th season. Works on Killian Hayes, the one-time Piston. Simons for 3.
Yeah, that's his shot. He loves those pass and shoot shots.
We have a timeout on the floor. Thomas Bryant in his first season with the Cavaliers. He can shoot the long ball. He has a pair here in the second quarter. You know, Kobe Altman in his preseason chat with the media stressed the importance of not underestimating what this team accomplished last regular season. And boy, here you get a look at what the Cavaliers did on the offensive end. They led the NBA in scoring. Those 122 points per game shattered the franchise record by nearly 8 points. The Cavs were 2nd in field goal percentage, 3rd in three-point percentage, number 1 in offensive rating. Get this, the number of 120-point games last season was 45. Wow. The previous record was 24. They had 45 120-point games a season ago. Over 1,300 triples made. That was a franchise record. Speaking of triples, Killian Hayes out of the timeout drains a 3.
Again, I really believe the philosophy of being yourself and having the freedom to be yourself helps a lot with that. And then your players have to get used to understanding that. And once that happens, you have a perfect marriage.
Dean Wade with the rebound. He's out here with Hayes, Porter, Nance, and Tyson. Tyson finds Wade, guarded by Brown. Joe Mazzulla has gone with his regulars here this evening. Around the horn it goes. Extra pass. Tyson's there for 3. The weak side rebound is tipped. And we have a loose ball foul called. It's on Nance.
Tyson doing a good job keeping his head up to the corner. And Killian doing a good job of knocking it down.
Drawing a crowd. That's a good sign, AC.
Yes, that's right. Well, he's ready to shoot. Very good rotation on his shot.
Pritchard, the one-time Oregon Duck. And we'll find Brown. Brown, who played his college ball at Cal, is shadowed by Dean Wade. Back it goes to Pritchard. Shot clock winding down. It's Pritchard down the lane. He finger rolls and scores.
Yeah, Pritchard's going to be a tired man by mid-season because they're going to depend on him a lot.
Hugo Gonzalez trying to stay with Porter. It shoveled back to Nance. Nance had a clean look. Tyson's there to peel it away. Back to Porter for 3. Keita Appeared to have it for a moment. Tyson hits the deck and keeps another possession alive, although Jalen is still down. Porter back to Tyson. Tyson accelerates. Missed the shot. Nance is there.
They're controlling that board.
That shot by Tyson did not hit the rim, so the shot clock didn't reset. And there you can see Jalen Tyson wincing.
And see, as you develop as a team and you go through these situations like this, you start understanding how important it is to either get a foul out of this scrum or a shot, because it takes a lot of energy out of you and you want to get something out of it.
Tyson has hit the floor now a handful of times in all 3 of these exhibition ball games. He's a hustle player. He knows how he can become a regular in that rotation. Cada, Minot, short, rebounded by Craig Porter. Porter off to Hayes. Hayes double clutches. Porter got it back into the corner. Hayes for 3.
Well, Cavs are hustling. They are doing a good job of making them have to cover a lot of territory. They just can't knock the shots down.
Minot leaked out. It looked like a good pass from White, but Minot couldn't haul it in.
Well, Hayes did a good job of chasing him down, too.
Joe Mazzulla likes the push.
Oh, but it doesn't mean he's pushing for a layup. He's pushing for a corner 3.
Porter. Watched by the lengthy Minot. Tyson comes and gets it. We have a whistle. It's off the ball. Hauser, it's called for a restriction of movement foul. He hooked one of the Cavaliers. That is team foul number 4 on the Celtics here in the second quarter. I think he was trying to get around Larry Nance, was Hauser.
And you can already look at how they're playing. They're definitely not the way they've been playing before they had made all these moves here in Boston. They're playing a different game.
Tyson appeared to travel, and he did, as our crew chief, John Goebel. Jalen played 1 collegiate season at Texas, 1 at Texas Tech, 1 at Cal before being drafted 20th overall by the Cavs in 2024. Derek White, watched by his numerical counterpart in Porter. Gives to Boucher, gets his back, lasers one inside that was read by Wade. As Wade deflects it out of bounds.
Cavs doing a good job on that play of sliding to the ball from the weak side to have a defense when they attempt to get inside.
Last season, Dean took 82% of his shots from 3-point range. 2 seasons ago, 87% of his shots from 3 as Tyson gets whistled for the foul.
Well, he's understanding that, hey, you know, if you have a reputation for the outside shot, you can get inside much easier because of reputation, and he's starting to use that to his advantage.
That foul puts the Cavs over the limit. There's the bump on Hauser. Sam Hauser has hit threes at over 41% in each of his 4 NBA seasons. We'll remind you that the Cavs Cup, presented by Kenda Tires, returns to Rocket Arena this fall. You can cheer on the Cavs when they take on the Raptors on Friday, October 31st. Tip time is 7:30. You can get your tickets now at Cavs.com/tickets. Toronto, Washington, Indy, and Atlanta on that slate for the Emirates NBA Cup as Killian Hayes continues to have a productive second quarter. Hauser nearly got forced into the backcourt. Nance, he takes it away from Boucher. Another steal for Junior. Porter never saw Brown, who blocked it from behind. Brown works inside. He got fouled. So Brown will shoot a couple of free throws.
Yeah, getting inside. Nice little friendly bounce. Take it to the hoop, young man. Attack.
So there's Jaylen Brown on the line. You know who he's tight with?
Who's that?
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Whoa.
Yeah. Apparently Brown has an interest in science. The two became friends last season.
Okay.
Brown flew out to be there when Bill Nye was given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then Bill Nye, the science guy, showed up and was hanging out with Brown during the season on his Twitch stream here in Boston.
See. Well, you know, two minds think a lot. Think alike, brother.
Who hangs out with you on your Twitch stream? Here's Brown for a second. If you had a Twitch stream, I would hang out with you for sure. If you would invite me on your Twitch stream.
Well, you know what? I don't know what that is. So.
But thank you for inviting me. If you did know, I appreciate that. Well, I kind of invited myself. Here's Dyson. He'll deal back to Porter. And that knocked away. Brown all the way.
It looked like he went across Porter's body to make that happen, but you don't get those calls against Brown.
It's going to be interesting as we have a foul in the open floor to see how Brown handles this season as the undisputed #1 option for this Boston team.
Exactly.
With Tatum, of course, out of the lineup.
Oh, yeah, because teams are going to defend him different now without the floor being spread like it has been in the past. They're going to defend him different now. He's going to have a lot tougher time getting to the basket and scoring baskets.
There's a look at Jason Tatum. Was injured in Game 4 of the second-round series against the Knicks a season ago. The Celtics beat Orlando in 5 games in the first round before bowing out to the Knicks in 6 in round 2. Tatum and the Celtics lost their first 2 here at home. Then he suffered that torn Achilles in Game 4, and the Knicks were able to close the show by Game 6.
I hated to see that.
Yeah. Boy,
and you knew it almost as soon as it happened.
Tyrese Halliburton, of course, injured as well in the finals. So the landscape now in the East is a little bit different with some of these injuries. Some of the trades, of course. Orlando's really excited to have Desmond Bane aboard. Atlanta, they now have Kristaps Porzingis. A lot of teams have added. The Knicks feel that they've fortified their bench.
And don't forget about Orlando.
Yep. Certainly one of those teams that a lot of folks have projected to take a jump. Detroit feels terrific that they're back on the map. They made some personnel moves last season, certainly fortified that lineup. So the East is really, really intriguing.
Oh, yes, it is.
Coming into this season.
The Pistons, who played, to me, similar to the Pacers, they come at you 10, 20, 30 miles an hour all game. I mean, it's a lot of action, a lot of opportunity in the East, and I think the Cavaliers are ready in game.
I would also say don't count out these Celtics either. Again, a lot of talent on this team. The Indy's going to be really interesting to see what happens there. Miles Turner, of course, was not retained. He goes to Milwaukee. So there's a good look at Brad Stevens. Story he's been here in Boston. As Nance fires a 3 and knocks it down. Larry Nance with 2 hands to the rafters celebrating that triple, almost as if to say it's about time I got one here.
Well, again,
Jaylen Brown.
When you've been in the league as long as Larry, you ease your way into the season.
That's right. Well, it's just good to see him around, isn't it? It's just great to just.
Oh, yes, great feeling.
Yeah. Porter. 2.5 to go. First half. Here's Brown again. That is tipped and grabbed by Porter. Cavaliers force another turnover. Porter Euro steps down the lane and lays it in.
The Cavs slowly but surely just trying to fight their way back into the ball game.
Cavaliers have now forced a dozen Boston miscues. White nearly threw that away. Mina makes the catch. Took those baseline. He lays it in. Tyson. He'll spray it off to Junior. Back it goes to Porter. Porter on the bounce into the corner. Nance once more. Now it's Wade. Strong ball movement.
That was pretty. That was nice movement there.
Pritchard with 100 seconds to go. He'll find Boucher. Boucher launches. Chris Boucher, who spent the last 7 seasons in Toronto, won a championship north of the border with the Raptors. Tyson with an answer as Jalen Tyson nails the triple.
And those are shots he's going to have to knock down, especially if he's going to play on the opposite side of Donovan. Teams are going to make sure they're going to try to focus on Donovan. They're going to give him some one-on-one opportunities.
All 10 Cavaliers who have played in this first half have scored as Boucher cans another triple.
Yeah, he can sling them up there now. It doesn't look The form is not good, but he can sling them up there.
Boucher shot threes at 36% a season ago, just over league average. Porter to another big man who can shoot the three. It's Larry Nance. Previous foul call on Josh Minot, and the challenge has been deemed successful. Minot got the basketball cleanly because there was no imminent possession. By rule, we'll have a jump ball at center court between any two players on the floor. So Chris Boucher will do the honors for the Celtics. Larry Nance for the Cavs. So the challenge is successful. Joe Mazzulla will get one more for the rest of the night. Had it been unsuccessful, if you're a little bit newer to the NBA, that is it. You miss, you lose, and you're out. Yep. Hauser, right off the tip, got fouled by Porter. So Sam Hauser, a long-range threat for these Celtics over the last 4 seasons, will shoot 3 free throws. Sam's in his 5th season out of UVA. Hauser's first is true. The Cavs preseason will conclude on Tuesday night at home, Rocket Arena. The Pistons come to town. You can get your tickets at Cavs.com. Hauser has one more coming. In August, the Celtics were sold by longtime owner Wick Grossbeck. He bought the team back in '02, an investment group led by Bill Chisholm. They paid a few bucks, AC, and they are going to lead the franchise into the future.
He definitely paid a few bucks. And immediately started making changes.
Those bucks started with a 6.1. Tomlin from the corner. That's not million. Here's Derek White. White gallops into the forecourt, deals off, and finds Jaylen Brown. Closing minute, second quarter from Boston. Brown wheels his way to the foul line. That was well defended by Tyson, as Tyson stayed with the 4-time All-Star step for step. Porter now will orchestrate this offensive sequence as Nance sealed off Brown. He'll take the feed from Porter. Shovel back to Wade. Into the corner it goes for a Tomlin three that's short. Nance is there. He puts it up and in. Nance gets fouled and has a chance for 3.
Right place at the right time. Larry Jr., good follow-up. Nice layup.
That's his first team limit. Larry Nance Jr.
Once again, it was good ball movement that led to that Tomlin three.
Yeah, because they're putting Larry in the right position for that rebound.
Nance was picked late in the first round by the Lakers. The same season Thomas Bryant was selected by the Lakers. So those two go way back. Here's Brown. Brown trying to get loose from Dean Wade. Fires up a 9-1-1 triple at the buzzer, and the first half comes to an end.
Well, again, the Cavs got good shots, just couldn't knock them down. And once they got behind after that first quarter, it was tough getting back in the game because they could not start making consistent shots.
We will step away. When we come back, we'll get Kobe Altman's thoughts on the next steps for Evan Mobley and take a look at the start of the regular season for this Cavalier team. That's all straight ahead.
But sometimes it's the role players, whether it be this guy dove on this loose ball 2 out of 3 times and he got it every time he dove, or this guy might have took a charge and it swung the whole game. And it's just a lot of the little plays that people, maybe fans or whoever, may not see or realize that can change a game. And sometimes, like if you look at the Thunder, a lot of their role players are up for big contracts now just because they played their roles perfectly and just executed the way they were asked to. So it's just, it kind of pays off to play your role.
During the offseason, the Cavaliers advised and challenged Craig Porter to be physically ready for more work this year, and boy, has he responded. Kenny said they tested him a week before camp, and Craig hit benchmarks in a wide variety of different performance metrics across the board. Porter said, I feel almost indestructible now considering the work I put in this offseason. He's going from year 2 to 3. Was there a time in your career, AC, where you felt, I don't know if turn the corner is the right phrase, but boy, it just felt more comfortable in a particular season coming back for you?
Oh, yeah, but about my 3rd season.
Was it?
Excuse me, because coming into the league as a #1 draft pick, every night was a nightmare for me because I was attacked all the time because our team just wasn't that strong, so they made sure I was under control. But about my 3rd year, I could handle all that, and mentally, you know, the only problem I had was injuries. If I could have kept those down, I think I'd have been all right.
Kenny said the challenge for the coaching staff now is to find a way to use Porter more effectively, and it's going to be interesting watching his path this season as off we go in the 3rd quarter. The Cavs start this 3rd quarter the way they started the ball game as Tyson spins. He got hit, he puts it up and in, and Jalen Tyson has a chance for 3.
Good job of being physical going to the basket because once he got into that position, it wasn't much pitcher could do with him at his size, and he did a good job of keeping his balance and knocking it down.
Kenny called him a find-a-way guy. He has terrific instincts.
Yes.
If you joined us late, the Cavaliers are resting a number of their regulars. This was the Cavs starting lineup this evening. 3 youngsters, Proctor, Porter, and Tyson. A couple of veterans in Wade and Nance. The Celtics have on the floor Brownhauser, Pritchard, White, and Tillman. It's been basically the Celtic regulars throughout the first half and into this 3rd now as the Celtics commit another turnover. The Cavaliers have forced 13 here this evening.
Well, you could see if the Cavaliers were shooting the ball better, this would be a different game because it would force the Celtics to play a new style. They're not playing what they normally play because they don't have the same personnel, and the Cavs could put them in some very compromising positions if they could make shots.
Porter draws, kicks, finds Wade. Nance kept it alive, got it to Porter. Wade with a 2nd chance. He got cut off baseline and lobs it back to Porter. Porter penetrates and lays it in.
Dance to the hoop, young man.
The Cavs nearly with another steal as Brown got knocked onto his wallet. White now, just over a minute in 3rd quarter. Spins in toward Wade, bounces back. Big hombre, Xavier Tillman. White steps left, and 3 is good. Tyson looked to the sky. It's almost, if to say, man, I was just a half step late getting over there on that closeout. Porter through Pritchard, bounces off to Nance. Nance got thumped and fouled by White.
Nice 2-man game there. Porter did a good job of signaling Nance what he was going to do. Driving to the basket. This time he goes straight to the basket, up and underfoot.
Porter is the youngest of 5 brothers. One of my favorite Porter facts is that at Wichita State as a senior, he led the Shockers not only in assists and steals, what you'd expect out of a point guard, but the 6'2" Porter also led Wichita State in rebounding and blocks that season.
I'm telling you, he's a great athlete. I mean, he may not be 6'10", but the young man brings it every night, and he knows how to play the game.
He can jump out of the gym, too.
Yes, he can.
And vertical is something special as White is prodded at by Proctor. White looks to get loose, took a bomb, he'll bank and score. Derek White has 14. Porter got doubled, lost the ball. Pritchard, rejected, and there is that leaping ability of Porter's on display.
Right on time with what we were talking about. Porter doing a good job of recovering after they steal the ball. Pritchard thinks he has an easy one. Get that weak stuff out of here.
Oh, boy. You want to atone for a mistake?
Yes, that's the way to do it.
That's it. Pritchard in a phone booth, the lob all the way back to the timeline to Hauser. Now White. Tyson got there defensively. Tillman's shot puts it up and in. Tillman last season was bothered by lingering knee issues. He appeared in only 33 games and played fewer than 250 minutes. He's looking to carve out a bigger role this season with the shortage at that big man spot. And there he is with a block on Nance, but it comes to Tyson as Tyson loops it up and in, and then he touched the ball after it went through the basket, so that's a delay of game warning.
The Cavaliers are much more active now and starting to get, the jumpers are not falling, but the other shots are starting to go in because of the effort and the hustle.
They're also picking up full court here, looking to disrupt the Celtics' rhythm.
Yeah, well, again, this is a different style than the Celtics played last 3 or 4 seasons. So now it's forcing them to have to play a different style, and that is what is going to cause them problems if the Cavs can start making shots.
Brown ran into Nance, who altered the shot and grabbed the rebound. Tyson on the bounce finds Porter. Porter's picked up by White. Back to Tyson, once more to Porter. Porter got White in the air, gives to Nance. Nance with a contested three that ends up short. Tyson, strong anticipation, got the offensive rebound, but could not finish. And here come the Celtics. 3 minutes in, third quarter. Brown split between 2 of the Cavaliers. Worked his way inside, and the Cavaliers' Porter got called for a block. The Cavs were bemoaning the fact that they did not hit the glass particularly well in the first 2 games. Offensive rebounds, however, the Cavs have a big edge here so far tonight.
Well, again, the message was sent by the coaching staff, and they're responding. I mean, today it's a different game. But again, though, you have a team that's really going to have trouble keeping you off the boards in the Celtics, because they're just not built that way, losing those big guys, as many big guys as they lost from last season.
Part of that, of course, is the relative shooting percentages here tonight.
Yes.
More opportunities for the Cavs, but again, if you ask Kenny, that's what if you're missing, hey, let's hit the offensive glass and make something happen.
Right.
Anthony Simon sits at the scorer's table. He went straight from prep ball to the NBA. He played his prep ball at IMG Academy, where the Cavs were for training camp each of the last 2 seasons. And here he comes into the ball game. He'll replace Jaylen Brown.
That is some facility, too.
It is indeed. What a campus. It's like a college campus down there. The Cavs have really thoroughly enjoyed it over the last 2 seasons.
Boy, coming out of high school, I'd have lived there. I'd have been there every day, practicing hard every day.
Proctor off the Nance feed. Pritchard boxes out Porter. So Pritchard did win the 6th Man of the Year award a season ago. Simons with the 3.
Yeah, he's deadly. You let him catch and shoot, he will wear you out.
Leaving that thought on Pritchard, he edged Malik Beasley, Ty Jerome, and DeAndre Hunter for that 6th Man of the Year award as Nance took a rough ride and got fouled.
Another cut to the basket. Cavs, again, something that they do very well.
Nance with the take inside. He took that feed from Proctor, which freed him.
He knew he was going to get hit, so just might as well go up strong.
Nance's first free throw is good. Pritchard received that 6th Man of the Year award. He became the 4th Celtic to do so, joining some pretty good ones. Malcolm Brogdon back in 23, Bill Walton in 86, and how about Kevin McHale? He wanted back-to-back in 84 and 85.
Yeah, those are some great teams.
McHale had such a great career. It's almost difficult to remember him coming off the bench.
Right.
Again, that was a loaded ball club for years here in Boston. Tillman. White was fouled. Eric White, an all-defensive second teamer 2 of the last 3 seasons. Olympic gold in Paris, Team USA.
Yep, very good basketball player, very underrated, I think. I mean, he's very key to what the Celtics have accomplished.
Kenny got a good look at him over there with Kenny's Team France squad, which ended up with silver. This season's promo schedule is packed with incredible giveaways, including 2 exclusive bobblehead nights, a tin cup, a winter beanie, and special theme nights. Visit Cavs.com/promo for the full promotional schedule and secure your tickets today. We're going to get you a winter beanie.
Yeah, I'm going to need one.
We needed a winter
I'm
beanie.
gonna need one.
That Paris game we were at.
Oh,
we
man.
needed more than a winter
Yeah,
beanie.
we sure did.
Let's film the open out by the Eiffel Tower. Oh, that's a great idea. We almost perished out there. It was so cold.
Boy, that was a freezing day. Wow. I said, no, I don't think I like this.
You want to go up in that thing? Are you kidding me? I'm freezing on the ground. Nance with the shot clock winding down. The loose ball is tracked down by Derek White. Pritchard now. A lot of great promotions throughout the year. Andy Varejao bobblehead. Evan Mobley bobblehead. Chris Kaiser and the gang do a great job in that Cavalier front office led by Nick Barlage. Year after year, it's just a lot going on.
My grandkids, they look for that. Those bobblehead nights. Boy, Papa, we want to get one of those.
They don't have enough of Papa's bobbleheads.
Yeah, they got
I mean, there
enough
are
of
a
those.
lot of.
They look at mine.
they
They kind of, you know.
They don't have the same feel.
Don't have the same feel, no.
7:17 to go in the third. Boy, it has been a great atmosphere inside Rocket Arena.
Oh, man.
Treated to some wonderful basketball a season ago. Man, the Cavaliers won 64 games, 30 came on the road, 34 in their own building.
I'm going to show you how far we've come.
All right.
We used to have 4,500 people, and that was it. I don't care if we played the Lakers or the best team in the world. That's all we got was 4,500.
Sellout after sellout now inside Rocket Arena.
Unbelievable.
19,432.
Yep.
Tyson across the lane, dumps off to the newly inserted Naquan Tomlin. That pass was intended for Porter. Broken up by the Celtics. Here comes Pritchard. Pritchard thought about a three. He'll drive instead. Dump it to Simons. Now Tillman. Another Cavalier steal. Tyson lays it up. It's tipped and out of bounds. Cavs ball.
Having that support from the home crowd is huge, especially in the middle of the season when you get a little tired and you need that little extra boost. That crowd is huge.
Timeout in Boston. This evening, 11 points, pair of assists, 4 rebounds, 3 of which have come on the offensive glass. All told, another solid showing for the youngster.
Well, this is the type of game he's going to play when it starts for real. He's going to do a little bit of everything. He's going to be asked to guard different people, inside, outside. And he's going to be asked to make inside plays, outside plays. I mean, he's going to be kind of a jack of all trades to get all he needs done for the Cavaliers. And if he can handle that, he will really mean a lot to the team.
He was a player singled out for turning in a phenomenal offseason. He was one of the better shooters in camp. He also knows, AC, that he's going to need to crank things up, does Tyson, on that defensive end of the floor.
Oh, yeah, and that's why the lifting and the getting yourself stronger, that's all part of it, because you're going to have to, if you're going to be a good player on the defensive end for a whole season.
Hauser hit the side of the backboard. Jalen said a diet and conditioning as Tomlin gets loose underneath and lays it in. Tyson said dining and conditioning had been a huge focus for him this offseason. Dropped a few pounds, hired a chef. The Simons three is true. Tyson spent nearly his entire summer in Cleveland getting ready for this season.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do as a player, is stay in one place and focus on your job and what you have to get done to get yourself ready for the next season.
Hauser. We passed the midway point of the third. Tomlin finds a wide open Dean Wade. Hauser had it roll off his fingertips.
That's a bad feeling as a player. You have it, and it's all of a sudden you see it just going away from you. Come back, please.
Dean Wade in his 7th season at Kansas State. Undrafted player. Cavaliers have a number of underdog success stories up and down this roster. Dean certainly fits into that category. Tyson takes the inbounds pass. Back it goes to Nance. Nance is shadowed by Luka Garza, who's checked in. Garza went with the potential pass to Porter. He left Nance alone. The three doesn't go. Here's Shireman. Pritchard works on Wade. Minot across the lane, missed the shot as Tomlin stayed with him step for step.
It's good defense that time because he went to the basket with authority, and Tomlin did a good job of keeping him out of his shooting range.
Tyson off the Wade. Wade blows past Garza and goes to the left hand.
Yeah, good job of getting inside, using that left hand. They tried to stop him, but he was too strong going left.
Simon skips one off to Pritchard. Tomlin got a hand on it. He batted it off the rim and eventually tracks it down. Cavaliers are set to make some wholesale changes once again. Wade looks for Tyson underneath. That was read and knocked away. Pritchard scurries to the paint. He's 15-footer short. Garza, nope. But Garza got fouled. More of a 10-footer for Pritchard as he worked his way partially down the lane. Wade picks up the personal. Garza will shoot free throws as that foul on Dean is his third.
Yeah, up and down the floor they go, and that's something that, again, with the style that the Celtics like to play, it's a little different, but they still want to get up and down the floor and get those shots up.
Cavs will have a hockey line change. They'll sub in 4 reserves here. The Bruins were in action in this building last night. Beat the Sabres 3-1.
That's why it's so cold out here.
I was going to say, we could feel it down there.
Man, it's like, wow, it's December already down here.
The Bruins are back at it actually tomorrow afternoon as they host the Lightning. So not a lot of rest for the building folks here in Boston.
Yeah, that is amazing how they make that transformation so fast, man. It's unbelievable.
We have some of the best.
Yes, we do.
In the world in Cleveland. Bonavita and crew as Thomas Bryant misses a 3. Matt Miller and company, boy, they do a great job season after season turning that Rocket Arena over. Cavs basketball to Monsters hockey, and of course with concerts sprinkled in there as well. Pritchard travels. Cavaliers now have forced 15 Boston turnovers tonight.
And when that happens, watching Matt, man, it's something. He's on it, boy. he's amazing.
So the Cavaliers now employ a 5-some of Proctor, Tomlin, Bryant, Travers, and Enaruna. Proctor between the circles. Sends one inside, and Enaruna had it knocked away. Kenny thought he got fouled by Garza. Pritchard in transition. Proctor is trying to hold off the much bigger Garza. Ball ends up out of bounds, and it will be Cavalier basketball. Well done by the rookie Proctor.
Yeah, and that's going to happen a lot. You're going to get caught up and down the floor because of the exchanging of up and down so quickly. You're going to get caught in situations like that, and you got to be able to hold your own.
Proctor scored 35 big points in the final game of Summer League as there he tears to the basket, puts it up and in, draws the foul, and Tyrese Proctor has a chance for the 3-point play.
I mean, to me, watching him play, he just needs season. That's all he needs. Work on his body a little bit. I mean, everything else, it's innate. He has it. So he just has to work on letting it develop and come out.
That Duke starting lineup last season, listen to this. Cooper Flagg, picked 1st overall, Dallas. Con Knippel, 4th to Charlotte. Common Maluak, 10th, drafted by Houston, went to Phoenix. Sion James, early in the 2nd round, went to Charlotte. And then the Cavs got Tyrese. That's not a bad Shireman bombs away and hits a 3.
But it tells you one thing. You can have all the talent in the world, but if there's no chemistry, you don't win.
They advance to the Final Four. A season to go. Unable to bring home the title. The ball ends up on the floor. 2:46 to go here in this 3rd quarter. And we have a timeout. More Cavs basketball right after these messages. Houston finally gets a shot to be the undisputed #1 option here in Boston. Celtics made some moves after the Tatum injury. They traded away Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford and Luke Cornett were not brought back, so a big question coming into this season, who will handle some of that supporting scoring, and Simons, Whitehauser, and Pritchard have all fared well here tonight.
Yeah, right, but again, it's going to be on the offense, on the board. The rebounding is where they're going to have to really make a conscious effort as a team to rebound.
They have some decisions to make with that starting lineup and the rotation as well. Naquan Tomlin buries a 3 in that big man mix now for the Celtics. Chris Boucher, Luka Garza, Neemias Queta. Here's Garza. Garza's triple does not go. That's grabbed by Tomlin. Xavier Tillman also in that mix, vying for increased minutes this season on this Celtic floor as Bryant looks to muscle his way inside. He lost the ball. It hit Gonzalez of the Celtics last, so the ball will stay with the Cavs.
Well, with as many changes as they've made, it's kind of wide open now for this. I mean, to make the rotation on this team.
And you hear from guys like Chris Boucher and like Luka Garza. What attracted them to the Celtics was that precise opportunity to get increased playing time. Tomlin, Travers bats it back, and that was a really nice play by Proctor to take it away from Simons, and then he cans a 3.
And you can tell he expects to make those shots. That is what I like about the young man.
Simons looked like he had that ball measured as Shireman uncorks a long-range 3 that's no good. Travers sheds Gonzalez. Alley-oops for Thomas Bryant.
Travers doing a good job of a little bit behind the back, taking it to the hoop, up over the top, and Bryant throwing the hammer down.
Garza gets called for an offensive foul as Proctor was dogging the dribbler.
Staying right on him. That time they did a good job stealing the ball, knocking it down. Good ball handling here, keeping your head up and delivering the appeal.
Luke played 5 professional seasons in the NBL, the Australian Basketball League, 4 seasons with Perth, his final season with Melbourne United before heading over to the States as Travers puts that on the floor and he draws the foul.
Cavs are really focusing on putting the ball on the floor and getting to the hoop in this half.
Luke's another player who just really never seems to get sped up or
no,
he
up
just
goes at one pace.
Down and
he just goes at one pace. He doesn't go too fast, too slow. He just goes.
He's cool and comfortable.
Right.
Put him down with a charge and he plays great.
Right, exactly.
He had 3 triple doubles in 21 games with the Charge a season ago. Averaged a double-double. Just goes down there, produces, does his job.
Does his job. Just waiting for his turn up in the big league.
Not 2 up, not 2 down.
Right.
Puts in the work. Proctor and Tomlin with some pressure here as Proctor once again up on Simons. Simons attacks and he ran out of real estate as both Enaruna and Travers converged. The ball ends up out of bounds.
He left a little bit too soon for his leaping or jumping ability, and he started coming down before he got to the basket and he got the shot blocked.
There was a report that Joe Mazzulla was not thrilled with this group earlier in the preseason. You can see by his face that I think he continues to feel that same way as Enaruna gets fouled inside.
He knows. He's a coach. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going to happen with this for real.
Enaruna's had a nice showing.
Yes.
He's played 11 minutes here this evening and 5 points in the first half. So here is Tristan, perhaps not the one you're accustomed to seeing at this time of the year. Fresh face.
Yep.
In Cavalier training camp. Mentioned last season, played in the NBA G League with the Maine Celtics as Enaruna cans both free throws, so these are familiar surroundings here in Boston for Tristan. Under a minute to go in the third. Simons on the Celtic logo. Once again, he's hounded by Proctor as Proctor's extending that defense on Simons. Simons gets to the foul line and draws the foul.
That was a veteran making a move that time. He realized that Proctor was a little bit too tight on him, so all he did was make a move to force Proctor to foul him and get 2 shots. And as he develops and understands the league, he'll understand that's it right here. He felt him right there. First thing you do when you feel a guy reaching for you, you just rise up, take the shot.
Simon's parents, who were fans of the Magic, named him after Orlando guard Anthony Penny Hardaway. Anthony Simons.
Remember Little Penny?
I hadn't thought about Little Penny in a long time, but I do. I do.
That was a funny little character, wasn't he?
I think Chris Rock was the voice of Little Penny.
Yeah, it seemed like I think he was. That was so funny.
Little Penny.
Little Penny.
Here's Travers. Travers lost the ball at the foul line as it was Shireman who hit the deck, and then Travers tied him up, so we have a jump ball. 32 ticks to go here in the third. Shireman's looking for increased playing time. He was picked 30th overall back in 2024. Didn't see a lot of action as a rookie. Appeared in just 31 games. He's a heck of a quarterback. High school, won the Nebraska state football title. Threw for nearly 4,000 yards. Wow, 59 passing and 8 rushing touchdowns back in 2018. Baylor Shireman.
My goodness.
Not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Played 3 collegiate seasons at South Dakota State. His last 2 at Creighton, where he was a first-team All-Big East selection back in 2024. Garza inside. Lay it up and in.
Yeah, that's one thing he can do. He's a hustle guy. He will go after everything.
Minot. Windmills. Minot a pickup along with Garza from Minnesota. Both players were used sparingly by the Timberwolves a season ago. Whoa, looking to crack this rotation, and Aruna popped Hugo Gonzalez, and Aruna gets called for the illegal screen.
Yeah, kind of moving situation there.
There's that arm. Nope. Shireman was going to fire one up right into the forecourt. Opted to make the short pass, and the third quarter is over. 12 minutes remain here in preseason game 3 of 4 as the fourth quarter for Boston. From opening night of the regular season, it will be inside Madison Square Garden against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks. The Knicks are excited with their offseason. They feel that they've fortified that bench. Of course, Mike Brown is the new head coach after Tom Thibodeau was let go. So that is next Wednesday, October 22nd, 10 days from now. The Cavs then will head across town, take on the Nets on Friday before heading back home for the home opener Sunday, October 26th against Giannis and the Bucks. That also is the start of a home road back-to-back, so a tricky little start. The Cavs, after that game on Sunday, go straight to Detroit. They'll take on the Pistons in Motown on that Monday before playing these Celtics again on Wednesday, and we have an 8-second violation. Once again, the Cavaliers with strong defense come out of the timeout and force a turnover.
Yep, and that is the start of the season that you just have to come out ready to play.
Tyrese Proctor at the point of attack.
And a good solid defense there. Wouldn't let him go right or left.
Set the lineups for you in a moment as Thomas Bryant roars to the basket, banks it in, and draws the foul.
He went with authority that time. He was not to be denied.
Bryant's out here with Tomlin, Tyson, Proctor, and Porter to open the final quarter.
Got a nice angle to the basket and erupted to the hoop.
The first word that comes to mind when you meet Thomas Bryant is energy.
Yes.
He's just so, not just energetic, but he's positive. Great presence. And likable.
Think about what he's been around.
Yeah.
He's been around winning situations.
Instantly likable, I wrote down
Yeah.
in my notes. Recently winning situations. He started his career in a couple of losing situations, but was with the Nuggets when they won a title a couple of seasons ago, was a Pacer last year, and became a trusted piece for Rick Carlisle.
Yeah.
Long three by Simons is no good. Gonzalez inside. Bryant's been around the block. Earlier we talked about his familiarity with a number of players on this roster. Porter Skies almost grabbed the offensive rebound. Bryant has started to introduce the three-point shot to his game as Minot with another highlight reel dunk. He had a windmill earlier in this second half. He double clutches that one home.
Yeah, he's starting to get some lanes to the hoop.
Cavaliers cough it up. Garza comes up with a loose ball. Shireman deals to Minot. Minot fires a three, knocks it down, gets fouled by Tomlin, and has a chance for 4. So another young man auditioning for a spot in that Celtic rotation, and Minot's had a big night.
Yes, he has. He's had some very nice shots and movements to the basket.
Tomlin picks up the personal. So there's Minot, who played sparingly with the Timberwolves over the last 3 seasons. Picked in the second round of 2022 after a season at Memphis. He's also played for the Jamaican national team, has Josh Minot. We're talking a little bit about Thomas Bryant. Bryant last season hit a career high 48 threes, and he had 9 more in the playoffs. He went 9 of 18 from long range in the postseason, as Proctor's 3 is no good. So Bryant's not afraid to take those shots in big spots, and he's had success doing so over the last few years. Simons uncorks a triple.
He is deadly with that catch and shoot.
We remarked in the open how many threes the Celtics shot a season ago, setting an NBA record. It's actually been the Cavaliers which have fired up more threes tonight. The Celtics have taken 35, the Cavs 49, and that was number 50.
Well, again, that's part of the way they play the game now. So those are shots you have to learn how to make.
Without question, it's a feast or famine approach. You know, you harken back to the last 2 games of last season's second round when the Celtics were knocked out by the Knicks. The Celtics took 100 combined threes. They hit only 25. Wow. They ended up surrendering back-to-back 20-point leads in this building. Go down 2-0 in that series. And a lot of people just chalk up the loss to the Tatum injury, which took place late in Game 4. But don't forget, the Knicks came into this building and took both contests from these Celtics.
Well, you live by the sword, die by the sword when it comes to that three-point shot.
Gonzalez can be such a weapon, but if it's not falling, you better have plan B ready to go.
You're right. And they were almost shocked though when they wouldn't make the shots. They didn't know what to do. They were just shocked that they didn't make them.
And again, the Celtics blew leads of 20 points in both of those games. The Knicks game roaring back, continue to grind away. Tyson clears himself and scores. That was a patient move by the young man, Tyson.
Yep, starting to feel comfortable. No need to rush. He can't block the shot.
Tyson has a team-high 16 points. Proctor's gone for a dozen tonight. Gonzalez. That ball's tipped. Last off the Cavs. Celtics ball. Wendell Moore Jr. will check in for the first time.
For the Celtics, number 20, Wendell Moore Jr. into the game with 14.
Moore is a veteran of 90 NBA games. A couple of seasons in Minnesota. Last year with both the Pistons and the Hornets. That ball bounds over the baseline. 8:31 to go here in the fourth.
Yeah, you're right. They have really changed their personnel, and it's a lot smaller. So, again, actually, I want to see how they play without having the three-point set up like they had it set up was 5 high guys all the time. This is a different style they're playing now.
It really is going to be interesting to watch this team over the first 10, 15 games.
Yes.
You saw the Cavs are going to play this Celtic team game 5 for the Cavaliers of the regular season.
Right.
So the Cavs will see these Celtics in October. We'll get a feel early as Kenny looks on. We'll get a feel for how Kenny's going to approach this season as well. The Cavs will begin the season without both the injured Darius Garland and Max Strus, so some decisions to be made with the starting lineup, of course, with the rotation as well. So Kenny has said, look, don't discount these preseason games because we're looking for certain combinations. We're looking for what players work together.
And again, like I said, the next from 6 to 10 is so important with this team. And when those 2 guys come back, then that puts us to 7, 8. If they can find 2 or 3 more guys to fit in and come on with that, then they'll be back to their dynamic selves.
Porter's played a lot of basketball tonight. He gets knocked to the hardwood and fouled. Porter has a couple of steals, 3 assists. He's grabbed 7 rebounds here this evening. 8:19 to go. What do you like about Porter? You
Everything.
That's pretty easy,
just like the
right?
way he plays the game.
Yeah.
He goes at his own pace. He can shoot it. He can defend it. He can dribble. He can pass. He can do whatever he needs to do. And he does it consistently.
Tyson travels. You think back to Porter's rookie season. That was the year that Darius Garland, here's that traveling call on Tyson. That was the year that Darius Garland suffered the broken jaw.
Right.
And the Cavs also were without Ty Jerome, who you recall after 2 games was done for the season that year. Shiren fires a 3, and it was almost as if Porter, who just kind of was on the fringe in camp, thank goodness he was still around, and then he came in and thrived. He was fantastic.
He played well.
Fantastic for this team 2 seasons ago. It was a godsend.
Yes.
You didn't have Porter. I mean,
We've been in trouble. Yeah.
And he just took a lot of strain off, minutes that would have extra minutes for the Donovan Mitchells and the Sam Merrills and the guys who would have had to fill in and play a de facto point guard role.
Understanding how to play the game and having the right attitude so important, because he could have pouted. He could have just said, because he knows how good he is and what he does. But he didn't stay. He stayed with it. And I just think that is so important to have the right mindset also to go along with your talent.
Tomlin sneaks inside. Now, Porter played 51 games each of the last 2 seasons, but the leverage in the games in which he played certainly did change. There were more high leverage moments when he was a rookie. He started a handful of those games with Garland out of the lineup. Saw less high pressure time and minutes a season ago, and that's what you were referring to.
Yes.
Hey, does his job, came back big, did what the team told him to do, came back bigger and stronger and more prepared for year 3.
And that's what he said in his interview tonight.
Porter on cue.
Baby. That's his shot. Loves to get you to overcommit and then turn around and knock it down.
And nothing seemed too big for Craig when he was a rookie. His first year as Minot got to that offensive rebound and he got fouled. Here's that step back that you enjoyed.
And it was so, that's his game. He loves to get you to overcommit. Oop, I got you. Now.
That was the most impressive when he was a rookie, that he wasn't overwhelmed by seemingly anything.
Right.
That year. He stepped right in. All right, if I need to start, I guess I'll start.
Yeah, right. What do you need me to do? Right.
Terrific story. Began his career in junior college in Vincennes, right down the road virtually from his hometown in Indiana.
Yeah, I played with an ex-Cavalier, Footsie Walker, they played at Vincennes with Bob McAdoo.
Porter gets a well-earned rest as we have a timeout. 7 minutes and 13 seconds remain from Boston. Game 3 of 4 in the exhibition season for the Cavs, and the WNBA season has just come to an end. A sweep by the Las Vegas Aces. Gives the Aces their 3rd title in the last 4 seasons. Asia Wilson doing her thing.
You're talking about dominating.
Woo, once again, and Paige Becker's Rookie of the Year. The league is in a very, very good place.
Yes, it is.
Right now, and of course, the WNBA is coming to our city of Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
2028.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
That's right. It's going to be nice.
What a time to be a part of the WNBA as well. We've just seen tremendous things throughout the course of the season. We are.
Can I tell you, Asian? Woo-wee.
Boy, she can play.
You let her get that ball around that free throw line, it's lights out. I mean, I've only seen her miss one shot in the games I've watched her from that position.
Veterans, young faces. The league's in a really good place. And what a time again for Cleveland to be entering the mix.
And the ladies get a little hot too, boy. They compete, man. They're going after it.
We have some housekeeping taking place. The Cavs have made a number of substitutions. Miller Kopp has checked in along with Chaney Johnson and Norchad O'Meara. Johnson is a rookie out of Auburn. O'Meara played at Baylor. Kopp at Indiana. Here's Killian Hayes, who's back in the ball game. He got some run in the first half as Hayes fires. That's no good, and rebounded eventually by the Celtics. Now comes more. Wow, that was a touch ambitious as he was looking for Minot at the rim.
You had to be Kareem to get to that one.
Kopp deals to O'Meara. O'Meara bounces off looking for Chaney Johnson. Back to Travers. Travers' three is no good. Ron Harper Jr. has checked in for the Celtics. Kopp from the corner. Got it. Kopp shot 41% from long range last season in the NBA G League. The season before that, he was with the Indiana Hoosiers. He shot 44% from three-point range. So here is Ron Harper Jr. Find Jalen Bridges. Bridges can't hit. O'Meara with the rebound. Killian Hayes stops. Celtics left him alone. Hayes fires. And rebounds grabbed by Amari Williams. 7-footer out of the UK. Three-time Coastal Athletic Association's Defensive Player of the Year at Drexel.
Wow.
Was the big man. Another Boston turnover as Killian Hayes carts it the other way. Hayes hesitates.
If he plays his cards right, he can get into the rotation with the Celtics. They're going to need somebody like him.
Drafted in the second round as Travers worked right around Minot to the rim, and Travers will shoot free throws.
I mean, that young man should be working out as hard as he can and doing what he needs to do because it's set up for him if he can get himself together. And as he get inside, gets a foul, goes to the line, he gets 2 shots.
So here's Ron Harper Jr. You want to talk about bloodlines,
yes,
my friend. His mother, Maria, played college ball at the University of New Orleans, and his father, Ron Sr., he wasn't bad either.
I'm telling you, Ron he could ball, man. He was a player.
Senior played over 1,000 NBA games over 15 seasons with 4 teams: the Cavs, the Clippers, the Bulls, and the Lakers. Played his first 3.5 seasons in Cleveland with the Cavs. Picked 8th overall back in 1986 was Ron Harper Sr.
Yeah, they had one good team, man. Oh, they were good.
Nance family knows the Harper family well.
Yep.
Max Shulga has checked in, another Celtic draft pick. He's out of the Ukraine. He'll find Williams. Williams banks and scores. Shulga picks up Hayes. Just over 5 to go. Travers off to Hayes. Hayes was a lottery pick by the Pistons a number of years ago. He'll find O'Meara at the rim as the Nicaraguan hammers it home and almost picks up a steal right there. Moore into the corner. Bridges will fire. Harper snares the offensive rebound and draws the foul. Harper has played 11 NBA games in his career. He soared in there and grabbed that loose ball. Played in a single game with the Pistons a season ago. Spent his last 3 years mostly in the NBA G League with Toronto, Maine, Motor City. 4 collegiate seasons at Rutgers, did Ron Jr.
Yep.
What do you remember, what did you like most about Ron Harper Sr.'s game, my friend?
He's afraid of nothing, and he could play both ends of the floor. I mean, that to me was what, I mean, he was just as good on defense as he was on offense, and a very strong competitive nature.
Chaney Johnson. Back it goes to Hayes. Travers. Third chance for the Cavs. Here's Chaney Johnson inside to Kopp. Kopp puts it up, and Kopp puts it in.
Good pass over the top, inside, moving to the hoop.
Kopp spent 5 seasons in the Big Ten. 3 at Northwestern, 2 at Indiana. Bridges gets loose. Hayes slows down, finds Travers. Travers works on Moore. Johnson's open. O'Meara with a weak side rebound. He gets fouled by Bridges. O'Meara is a wide body.
Yes, he is.
AC.
He plays physical, too.
Made history as the first Nicaraguan-born player to attend a D1 school on a basketball scholarship.
Dropped to the basket by Kopp. This nice situation there to use his body to shield off the defender.
Kopp saying that was a 3-point play. I got hit in the head. I don't get a lot of playing time out here.
I need that extra point. You give me that shot. I got fouled.
Kopp was with OKC in the G League a season ago. Played Summer League with the Pistons before heading to Cavalier camp. O'Meara's at the line. O'Meara last season was an all Big 12 first teamer at Baylor. Averaged a double-double. A school record 22 double-doubles as we have a 5-second count as R.J. Luis Jr. couldn't get the ball in. There's R.J.
I watched him play a few times at Baylor. I watched him play a few times. He's strong. He's too strong for those college guys.
There's O'Meara. Wow. And a timeout is called by Kenny. Max Shulga almost took a sharp O'Meara elbow right in the face as he came with a double. Got bailed out by Kenny Atkinson from Boston. We've unfortunately had some long-term injuries, AC, that are going to reshape the East. Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton were both injured during the playoffs a season ago. Kyrie Irving in the West, he was injured in March. And LeBron James, he's going to be out for 3 or 4 weeks. It was recently announced with sciatica. Obviously a part of the game, and unfortunate. We've seen that with a number, not just a number of players, but a number of superstars as well. But again, for those handicapping the Eastern Conference, the loss of Tatum is huge for these Celtics. The loss of Halliburton is extreme as well. And again, don't forget Miles Turner is no longer on that Pacer roster. So they lose 2 starters. Took them a long way just a season ago.
But the Pacers are going to be there anyway because of their style of play. And if they can find anybody that can give them anything that Turner gave them, they're going to be okay.
Now, reportedly, Tatum has not been ruled out for the entire season. However, remember again, he was hurt in the second round of the playoffs a year ago. These injuries typically take 12 months, so he hasn't been ruled out officially.
Yeah, but
it likely is a lost season for Jason Tatum.
Well, that's one injury you cannot take chances with. You can't rush back with that one. You cannot, because if you go again and have the same problem, it's going to take you years then.
Miller Kopp is on the line. The Houston native sinks the free throws. So here's R.J. Luis Jr., a consensus All-American last season at St. John's. Basketball fans likely remember this guy. First team All Big East. Red Storm was upset in the second round by 10-seed Arkansas. They were a 2-seed at St. John's a season ago. What a wild tournament that was. Chaney Johnson with the steal. Oh my! Chaney Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he left the floor that time. My goodness. Good defensive effort to steal the ball, and then everything is history.
Take a listen to this. That away, Chaney. Get your money's worth, my friend.
That's right.
Shulga He got hammered by O'Meara and fouled. There's Norchad O'Meara. Played 2 seasons at Arkansas State, 2 at Miami of Florida before heading to Baylor last season. Shulga sends it into Harper Jr., who works on Hayes. Harper Jr. works baseline. A wild shot is grabbed by Kopp. Kopp with his head up, snaps an outlet pass to Hayes. Hayes burrows inside. That shot doesn't go.
It's amazing when you talk about players now. It used to be, oh, he went to Baylor. Oh, he went to now they go, went to Baylor, he went to LSU, he went to the. It's like, well, how many did he go?
It's a different world, isn't it?
Different world, different world.
It's so noticeable to me in college football when you see a new quarterback pop up for the 4th difference. Wait a second, wasn't he at Georgia last year? Carson Beck pops up on Miami of Florida.
Right.
Wait a second.
I thought he played 4 years over there.
This guy pops up somewhere else.
Right.
Oh, man, it's a different world.
It sure is.
You got a ton of NIL money, right, during your collegiate career?
Man, back in the ancient days.
Is that a no?
It was definitely, it wasn't called NIL then.
It was called under the floorboard, right? It was called in a bag.
Right. It was a bag around the corner somewhere waiting for you.
But not at the University of Notre Dame, of course.
No, it was not there.
Of course. Let's just make that explicitly
yes,
clear.
we must
never
there.
Ever.
Mm-mm.
Such a place.
Father Hesburgh wouldn't allow it.
Under 3 to go here in the 4th quarter. John Michael joined by the most famous basketballer to come out of South Bend, Austin Carr.
Those were the days. Go to bed with no snow on the ground and wake up with 10 inches on the ground.
Still got to go to practice, though.
Still got to go to practice and class.
And class.
Oh, yeah.
Forget about that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No, boy, you get crucified.
Here's Moore. Moore to the left hand. He'll bank and score. Wendell Moore was the Julius Erving Small Forward of the Year at Duke back in 2022. Selected late in the 1st round by Dallas in his draft year.
I tell you, the quality of talent that comes through the league now, I mean, these guys all have something to hang their hat on to get here.
Lewis commits the personal. He played a season at UMass. His last 2 St. John's did R.J. Lewis Jr. Here's O'Meara. 2.5 to go, 4th quarter. Here's Max Shulga, last season's A-10 Player of the Year, Virginia Commonwealth. He's picked up by O'Meara. Shulga looks for an opening. Gets bodied and fouled by O'Meara. Telling you, this guy's a specimen. Listed at 6'7", 230 pounds is Norchad.
Woo.
So Shulga to shoot free throws. One more test for the Cavs coming up in the exhibition season. It's Tuesday at home against the Detroit Pistons. You can get your tickets at Cavs.com. What will you be looking for in that final tune-up for this team, AC?
Well, other than what I already know with the starters, I'm just looking to see how the rest of the team fits into the scheme. Because, again, when they go 10 deep, they are a very dynamic team, and they're going to need that to start the season, but the schedule is to get off to a good start. So that's what I'll be looking for.
It's going to be interesting. The Cavs still have a lot of time until opening night. After that game on Tuesday, opening night's still 8 days away.
Right.
So there's a lot of time to introduce ATOs and you know the nuances of what they're going to need for game number 1. Here's what's coming up. It's a 3-game season series against the Celtics this year. If you're not as familiar, in your own division, you always play those 4 other teams 4 times. You play the other conference, every team twice, home and away, with the rest of your own conference, not in your own division. Those series are either 3 games or 4 games. It was 4 with the Celtics a season ago. The Cavs split that season series. These teams will meet only 3 times here this year. Hayes, watched by Shulga. That ball was kicked with 2:08 to go.
And it's amazing. I mean, the season the Cavs had last season was off the chart. They had 3 winning streaks like they had, unheard of. And that's what I'm looking forward to see how this team continues to build to the top, rise to the top, and get to the top. That's what they're focused on.
Hayes got it. The Cavs started last season winning their first 15 games.
Boy, that is, you talk about get off to a great start. That is unbelievable to get off to that type of start.
Their exhibition record, if you're wondering, last year was 0-4.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yep.
In other words, don't sweat it.
Right.
Here during the preseason.
Right.
Hayes took a bump from Shulga. Don't sweat the results, that is. What they're looking for is the process here during the preseason.
Well, that's all they're trying to do now. They're not trying to get themselves into where they mentally where they need to be until it's time to get there. And they're seasoned enough to understand that and know what they're doing as far as how to get there. That's so important.
So here's Killian Hayes. He and Kenny have somewhat of a relationship. Kenny, of course, has been a head coach with Team France. Killian, of course, involved with the French international team. Now, Killian didn't play in the Olympics under Kenny back in Tokyo in 2024. However, they certainly know each other through that program. And Killian has an opportunity here. He's a camp invitee. Spent most of last season in the G League with the Long Island Nets. Played 6 games up with the big club last year in Brooklyn. Harper gets bumped back near the timeline. Goes for a 3 by Jalen Bridges. It's no good. Hayes has his head up. He'll serve it underneath to Johnson. Johnson could not finish, however, and now comes the Celtics' Kendall Brown.
Up and down they go.
Omier. Norchad storms down the lane. He banks it up and in, and Norchad Omier has a chance for the 3-point play.
Nice ball handling in a tight situation there to get himself into position here. Good move, good change the dribble, then back the other way. Nice strength to the basket. Opportunity for a 3-point play.
Kendall Brown, also a Baylor alum, said, you know what, I am not getting in front of this guy.
Say, I know exactly what would happen if I get in front of him.
There's 67 seconds left in a preseason game. There is no way.
They're right. I want to go to practice tomorrow.
Hayes got a fingertip on that ball and careens out of bounds with 50 seconds to go.
Woo.
Great effort there by Chaney Johnson, who went flying into the seats. His collegiate career began at Division II Alabama Huntsville before playing his last 2 seasons at Auburn. Chaney was the Gulf South Conference Player of the Year back in 2023 for the Chargers of Alabama Huntsville. Lewis. Hounded by Kopp. 3 to shoot, and there's a steal. Johnson, Hayes, back to Johnson. Showtime.
Yes. Give it up. He caused it, Johnson caused it, and a good job to give it back.
Moore with a highlight reel dunk. Hayes for Johnson. Whoa, it was an all-star feel here over the last few possessions.
They were looking for Dunkarama.
Those remaining here inside TD Garden are loving every moment.
Yes, they are.
Harper. He hits a 3. Tell you what, Chaney Johnson hasn't gotten cheated. He has 2 big-time dunks.
That's right.
On his exhibition resume now with the Cavs. Hayes. And that will do it. Your final from Boston. Celtics 138, Cavaliers 107. We do it again Tuesday night to wrap up the preseason. Cavs and Pistons. We'll be back after this.
Yeah. It's your boy God Bless. It's some first son of the building. It ain't no. If you want to know me well, make you dress in mirror, cause I know they like Wahala. My name na God Bless you. I'm on the summer of belly. I know they like fight you. God the grace they follow me. Anywhere I enter, the people show me love. I say, God the favor follow me. No matter what they do, they can never pull me down. I know they do, you fit to ask up that no do. Now my God they get the power. Papa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. Papa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. They want to make me cry, they want to make me frown. Cause my God, they know they sleep. Whatever they plan for me, I take it back in center. Cause my God, I'm my defender. They want to pull me down, they want to make me cry. My God, they know they sleep. Papa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. Papa, badura mi, olele, badura mi, badura mi. Oluwa, badura mi, badura mi, badura mi. Double pro. Iriano. ночью месяц красный выплывает в синеве, вроде призрачно прекрасный, отражается в Неве. Небо видится, снится исполнение тайных дум. Возле дома таится красный месяц, тихий шум.
Иди за мной покорно и верною моей рабой. Я на сверкнувший гребень горный взлечу уверенно с тобой. Я пронесу тебя над бездной, ее бездонностью дразня. Твой будет ужас бесполезный, лишь вдохновение для меня. Я от дождя эфирной пыли и от крушения охраню всей силой мышц и сенью крыльев, и вознося не уроню. И на горах сверканье белом, на незапятнанном лугу, божественно прекрасным телом тебя я странно обожгу. Ты знаешь ли, какая малость та человеческая ложь, та грустная земная жалость, что дикой страстью ты зовешь. Я от дождя эфирной пыли и от крушения охраню всей силой мышц и сенью крыльев, и вознося не уроню. И на горах сверканье белом, на незапятнанном лугу, божественно прекрасным телом тебя я странно обожгу. Ты знаешь ли, какая малость та человеческая ложь, та грустная земная жалость, что дикой страстью ты зовешь. Божественно прекрасным телом